Hello, 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 everyone. How are you? Give my voice a second to catch up. I hope you're all doing well. My name is Patricia Wolfson, and I'm an intuitive coach and an energy practitioner who helps people simplify transformation through the Me First method, something I developed over 12 years ago. And this is a foundational process, and I developed it for anyone who feels stagnant, lost, stuck, or overwhelmed with whatever's happening in your life. I mean, who doesn't feel that way? I don't know. It has worked with clients and it works for me every day, to be quite honest. But we are not talking about the Me First method today. If you want to know more about that, just go to my YouTube channel at Me First TV. And while you're there, please subscribe. Thank you very much. Now, today I am going to pull some cards. And today I'm going to pull cards. I'm sorry, I'm like looking for things on my screen here. I'm going to pull cards for the caregivers of the world. Okay, if you are someone who takes care of everyone around you, everyone in your life, maybe that's what you've chosen as your career, and you're always putting your needs last, this one's for you. Okay, I'm doing this card pull for you. I want to appeal to you that it is time for you to prioritize your health and well-being. Okay, you cannot be of service to those in your life if you are outstretched. You're just no good. I mean, you're very good. I don't want to say that you're good, but you won't be as effective, as loving, as sort of useful for someone else, as helpful, as caregiving as you could be, is if you were sort of fully fueled on your own. You know what I'm saying? The world needs you to be fully functioning and shining your light as brightly as you can. Because if you're too tired, overworked, and stressed out to do that, we all lose. I mean, really, you're the glue keeping this whole thing together. So you can't peter out, right? If the caregivers of the world peter out, we're kind of all screwed. So we can't do that, okay? Hi, if you're watching, please say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. Thank you very much. I'd like to know and say hi. Okay, so here's the thing, caregivers. You need to connect with your most powerful self. Just let my lips catch up with my mouth. Your most loving self, your most connected self. And it may feel like a pipe dream depending on what your life circumstances are, but I encourage you to use this guidance. I'm going to pull cards today, and I want you to use this guidance so that you can start taking small steps in the direction that you need to go. And the direction that you need to go is making yourself a priority as well as other people that you're taking care of. Okay. And one tiny step in the right direction is better than no steps, right? Looking after yourself, taking yourself into consideration, really taking a look at whether or not you have the energy or capacity to do certain things is really important, and it takes practice. So I encourage you to practice. All right. If you're looking for individual guidance after I do today's card pull, please feel free to reach out to me. Go to my Calendly link, which I have in the description, and you can make an appointment directly. I not only pull cards for insight, but I also do personal strategy sessions and couples strategy sessions if you're looking for guidance or support in your transformational journey. Because aren't we all transforming right now? I mean, I certainly feel that. And it's one of the reasons why I'm so drawn to pull the cards, because I find that when I'm really lost, or I'm really kind of just trying to figure out what steps to take next, or I feel like we're in this sort of limbo place where, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but certainly that's the energy. Oops, lost my headphone. Certainly that's the energy that I feel very strongly, where we're kind of in this like middle place where there's this impending something change, energy shift, something. We all know something's coming, something's up. I mean, we all feel something. But how do you know, in full alignment with who you are, how do you move forward and navigate these challenges? And today, especially, like I said, I really want to pull cards for the caregivers of the world, the light workers of the world, the mothers, the fathers, the healthcare workers, anybody who identifies as someone who takes care of others, or you really just feel like you're always taking care of someone else and your own needs really are. I mean, I already said this at the beginning, but if you're just catching up, and you're someone who tends to give, and you're feeling really depleted, well, it makes sense because you're giving not only physically all the time, but energetically and emotionally and mentally. And it's time for you to take some of that back for yourself. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that, or that's what I'm pulling cards for today. That's what I want. All right, so we're using cards from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. And this is Colette Bear Reed, who you guys know I tend to use her cards for these things because they're great. I love them. All right, so first things first, I'm just going to do my little warm up. I don't know, okay. 3 deep breaths. You guys can do this with me. We're going to set some intentions and call in for our spirit guides. I'm going to call in for spiritual support as we pull these cards so we can get some good and beautiful light-giving advice from the cards. Okay, here we go. Take 3 deep breaths and hold and release. If you're feeling stressed out and you really need to ground yourself, make the exhale longer than the inhale. So we'll do another inhale, just inhale and then hold for 5 seconds and then release for 10. And one more breath and hold and release. Okay, now I'm just going to do a little shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, a little stretch. And now we're going to call in for our angelic support so we can get some guidance. Divine Mother, Infinite Father, Creator, Ascended Masters, Archangels, Spirit Guides, and all beings of 100% pure white light, allow me to be a clear and open channel of your light and love without hesitation or ego. May the highest vibration of love and light connect with my higher self and release any and all things that no longer serve me. I ask that since your is infinitely powerful violet flame, burn away the things that no longer serve us, hold us back from our divine existence. Thank you, thank you, thank you for showing us the signs and synchronicities, and through these cards, showing anybody who is watching the path to their highest and greatest good in full alignment with their passion and purpose in life. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your guidance. I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you. Okay. Hey, Mom. Nice to see you. All right, so let's pull some cards. So what I'm going to do basically is I'm going to ask what it is exactly. And like I said, I'm dedicating this to the caregivers, to the people who give, and always put themselves last. I mean, really, when we think about it, you're kind of the people that I created me first TV for. It's not because you need to become more selfish, but it is because you need to take care of yourself. We need to calibrate ourselves first. We need to ground ourselves. We need to fill our cups, like whatever analogy you want to think of. You have to be first because it's your job to take care of this vessel. It's your job to shine this light, right? Nobody else's job to shine your light. Okay, it's nobody else's job. It's your job to shine your light. So if you're not shining it because you're too busy shining it on other people, right? Like, you got to clean your own lens. You got to take care of your vessel. I don't know if that makes sense, but all right, so here we go. So the first card that we're going to pull from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck is going to give us a little indication of, the first card will be, what is it that you need to release at this time in order for you to be able to step in more fully into your power, okay? So if you are someone who gives all the time, what do you need, okay, to be able to fully step into your power? The second card will be, what is the challenge that you're facing in order to be able to do that first thing, right? So like the first thing is, what do you need to release in order to step fully into your power? The second card will be, what is your resistance to releasing it? And the third card will give us an indication of what will make it easier to release the resistance to releasing the thing, right? Did that make sense? Okay. It'll make sense when I read it, I think, or when I finally pull the cards, okay? So what we want to know is, like, what's the resistance? Like, what do you need to do And then what's the resistance to do it? And then how do you get it done? In an easy and fun way, right? Because we're much more productive when things are fun, right? And so how can you take care of yourself and others in a way that feels a little bit easier than maybe how it's felt up until this point? All right, so let's go see what this says. Oh, okay, so too many shuffles. Okay. So, okay, guys, here's the cards. Here's what we got. So the first card, which is, what is it that you need to do, okay, in order to step fully into your power? Look at this card. Can you see it? Come on, camera, can you? Let's see it. It's the Observer card. I can't see it. It's so annoying. Come on. Okay, so it's the Observer card. Okay, it's the number 49. Oh, it's number 49. That is how old I am right now. Okay. So it is the Observer card. And what is the Observer card? The Observer card is exactly what it is. It's like you have to start observing, right? And what this tells me, because this is for the caregivers, right? Start paying attention to how you are not prioritizing yourself at all. Now, I get it. There are so many things to do and so many responsibilities, and it's all on your shoulders for the most part. You know, people who kind of have that role, that caregiving role, it just always ends up on your plate because you're always saying, yes, I'll do it. Yes, I'll do it, because you're taking the burden off of everyone else and just stacking it on your back and stacking it on your back. Okay, but what you need to do is start paying attention to the things that you are putting on yourself. And you have to stop and think, do I need this, right? Or do I have to take this? Is this a burden that I need to carry for this person? Or can I just sit with this person and let them carry the burden on their own, right? Not on their own. You know, I mean, this is a very generalized thing, but you have to ask yourself, because there are plenty of times, if you are the type of person that gives, that you are over giving when you don't have the capacity to do so, or you are neglecting your needs in order to give to others. And that's not helping the other person or yourself, right? So that's the first step. So the first thing you need to do is really just step into the observer position, take a look and pay attention to the times and the places in your life where you are saying yes when you should be saying no. Because every time you say yes to someone else, of course, you're saying no potentially to yourself. But actually, I shouldn't say that. Not always. There are plenty of times when you're saying yes to someone else, and that is equally fulfilling for you, right? Now, I'm not saying that everything you have to do has to have some sort of personal benefit. It's not about that. But it is about understanding whether or not you have the capacity, the energy, or the ability, really. I mean, when you start thinking like that for people that are caregivers, you're always like, well, of course I can do more. Of course I can do it all. Of course I can take their burden, right? Because you see their burden is terrible, right? So it's like mine isn't as bad, but it's because you diminish your burden. It is because you ignore your burden and you ignore your needs. And I don't want you to do that anymore. It is time for you to observe and pay attention to how you are neglecting your needs, right? And pay attention and think about how you can approach different people, different situations in a way where you are not always being depleted, but where you can show up fully and ask yourself, how can I show up fully and also give my full support to this person? Okay, so please start just taking a beat and paying attention and asking yourself how you can take care of yourself while taking care of others. And this is going to take practice. This is not an overnight thing. All right, John Connor. Oh, hi, John. Send you a friend request. Okay. All right. Nice to see you. Okay, so the second thing, of course, is what is your resistance? And look at this, loyal heart. Okay, this is the loyal heart card. Okay, look at this. I'm so sad that you guys can't really see these cards, but they're beautiful. Oh, this one's a little bit. It's the loyal heart card. Come on, camera, try to zoom in. Now, the loyal heart is also number 35, the card, and it's 2 apples. And so what does that say? Loyal heart, of course. If you are a caregiver that's always giving and giving and giving, right? The resistance to not giving to the point of depletion is because you are loyal, because you are loving, because you don't want to let anybody down. Of course, you don't want to let anybody down. And this is not about letting people down, right? But this is about recognizing what your true capacity is, and being able to put boundaries to protect yourself, to protect your mental health, to protect your emotional health, to protect your physical health. I know you are out there just doing the thing and ignoring all of your needs to make sure that everyone in your life is taken care of, or to make sure that the people at work are taken care of. But you need to pause, you need to stop, and you need to understand that being loyal does not mean destroying yourself in the process, does not mean completely neglecting yourself, right? If you are in a relationship with somebody who constantly told you, I'm sorry, I don't have time for you. I know you have dreams. I just really don't want to discuss it. We can talk about it later. I have 75 other people I need to take care of, right? You probably wouldn't want to be that person's friend anymore. Right? It would probably be really hard to maintain a relationship like that, right? But you, all of us, in many ways, are doing this to ourselves consistently over and over again, just ignoring your needs, right? You're ignoring your needs, ignoring what you want, ignoring your capacity, ignoring your physical well-being, your mental well-being, your emotional well-being. And so I need you to take a beat and understand that being loyal to someone else, right? Just like if you're a parent and have 3 kids, right? You have to make time for each one of them. You can't just completely ignore them because you're going to have to deal with the consequences of that. Just as you will have to deal with the consequences of consistently ignoring yourself or your needs. Okay, last one, and I'm going to wrap it up because this is a short one. I have to go get my children. Last one is, what do you need in order to be able to release the resistance, right? Okay, to understand this loyal heart piece, to know that you're not breaking anybody's heart, that you're not abandoning anyone, that you're not being selfish if you take care of yourself, okay? And you'll notice, because if you're being the observer, this last card is all about deep knowing, right? Deep knowing, number 43. Okay, and what is this deep knowing card? Did it show up there? Yeah. This deep knowing card is here to tell you that you know deep inside when you're ignoring yourself. You know when you're doing something for someone else, for other reasons, for other people, for the validation of others, for the validation of your self-worth. Those things play into this too. So pay attention, all right? Because truly valuing who you are is taking care of yourself and your needs, right? And yes, you're going to take care of those around you, right? Naturally, we take care of those around us. If you're in a good place, you're going to automatically sort of like bring people into that circle of wellness. But if you are depleted, you are bringing people into your circle of depletion, right? You have nothing to give and you cannot function that way. Oh yeah, I'm guessing this reading is for both Mr. JR and for the Virgo sign of service. Yes, this would be, this would be a Virgo thing, most definitely. I mean, it's a caregiver thing, right? Anybody who takes care of people. And yes, Dad, hi, enjoy your afternoon as well. You know, and I want you to, in your observer position, anybody who's watching, okay, and you identify as a caregiver, and you know, take the time this week to just observe. Observe when you're saying yes. You probably don't say no. Think to yourself, when could I have said no? Or think to yourself, can I say no this time? Can I carve out some time for myself? Can I find a window for myself to fill my cup, to give myself some time and attention because I deserve it too. And even if you have an amazing partner who fills your cup, right, you still need to pay attention to yourself. You still need to pay attention to your cues. Like, hi, pay attention to when you need water, pay attention to when you're hungry, pay attention to when you need a little extra love. And naturally, I find that caregivers, anyone who's like taking care of other people, you ignore your own cues. And you get used to ignoring your own cues so much that you don't even know what you want sometimes. You don't even know what's going to bring you joy. And I want to help you shift that. It's really what the Me First method philosophy, like this process that I've been talking about for years, it's about really getting in touch with who you are, with what you want, and how to step more powerfully into your future while still nurturing and loving everybody in your life. Because that's important. That's something that I identified with. You know, I love my family. I love my friends. I want to give and give and give as much as possible. But absolutely, I have to know where my limits are, what my capacity is, what I'm able to do, and what I'm not. And that's the practice. So I hope to encourage you to do that practice a little bit more, pay attention, do some observation, and please feel free to comment if there's something that you've observed, or reach out to me if you need a little support on like trying to figure out how to move through this, on how to take care of yourself a little more. Go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Me First TV, or you can go to my Calendly at Jumpstart for Change and just book a session with me. We'll go through it, we'll work it out, I'll get you a blueprint so that you can finally start living that life that you deserve, while also taking care of everybody you love around you. All right, have a great day.